Space Invaders, Super Mario Brothers, Sonic the Hedgehog. Video games have come a long way since those innocent days. Now, with a global market worth billions of dollars annually, games creators have come to realize that this can be more than mere entertainment. Video games have now become the latest ideological weapon in the battle for young hearts and minds. Video games are a multi-billion-dollar industry. And in the very popular war games, a common scenario turns the player into an imaginary US soldier shooting down groups of Arab terrorists. But there's a digital backlash brewing in the Middle East, where programmers are creating games from the opposite perspective. Galit Elat is the director of the Israel Center for Digital Art. Her exhibition, Forbidden Games, brings together video games from radically different ideologies.
Most of the game developed with a West perspective. So the terrorists is always Arabs, the bad guys are Arabs, the good guys are or Americans, European or Israelis. And they develop different games that children can identify themselves with the heroes, which are Arabs and not Americans.
The most violent games are to be found in the bomb shelter underneath the building. The Night of Bush Capturing is a direct adaptation of an American game called The Quest for Saddam. The player takes on the role of an Arab fighter entering a US military camp, shooting American soldiers and attempting to capture President Bush.
I'm killing Americans. And I think I'm part of Al-Qaeda forces. I'm more interested in the ideological aspect behind the games and less about the experience itself. This is the reason that the games are here. Oh, somebody killed me.
Special Force is a game developed by Hezbollah. It begins with a training camp where players practice shooting on the portraits of Israeli leaders. Then they go out and fight Israeli soldiers in South Lebanon.
From what I heard, it's a hit in Ramallah. A lot of young people playing this game.
I'm coming to this game.
Okay. תסובב את הגלגלת, נראה לי תוכל להחליט משחק.
יש פה עיבים?
מה?
יש פה עיבים?
יש. I'm not for these games. For me, they are forbidden. But still, I open it to the public, you know, because one can't find part of the game here in the market. One have to explore or find them in Ramallah or in other places to have other sources to get the games. So in a way, I open up something that I think it's forbidden.
One room contains two very different perspectives on the Palestinian uprising, or intifada. A game from Syria, called The Stone Throwers, centres on a lone Palestinian demonstrator who throws stones at waves of Israeli soldiers. On the other hand, a game from Israel called Intifada shows a single Israeli soldier facing many Palestinian demonstrators.
can think how much it's easy to push the button, you know, when you are sitting in a tank or in an airplane, how much easier it is to push the button to shoot someone through the screen. I think it's almost the same feeling that you have here. You don't communicate, you don't see face, you don't see eyes, you just push the button. If we want to live in the Middle East, we have to communicate with our neighbors and to understand the culture and the motivation and to have more, it's not open environment, but more understanding. And this is what we're trying to do as a cultural center.
A games war is being played out on computer screens all over the world. As the game's designers compete with each other, a young generation is spending hours in front of the screen. It may look like child's play, but this media war is no game. David Lasserson, Holon, Israel.